Here's a great one for me. I'm a really nervous flyer. Don't like flying. I never like the idea of being sealed in a tube, piloted by somebody that I don't know, and being hurled through space with tedium, peanuts, yesterday's newspaper, a really smelly seat, all of that. Really, the act of flying to me is huge. You know, it's an amazing thing. It's a little terrifying. As I started to travel more, I really wanted to rely less on Xanax, which for a person like me, I could take 2. Back when I drank, I could have a cocktail with it right before I boarded my flight, and it would go away. I just felt really wired and really anxious. Then I would land, I would somehow white knuckle it through the flight. I would land, and then it would hit me, it would come back to me. So I'd feel a little dull during my business meeting or whatever it was that took me to get in that tube and go through space. And then I tried something new. I flew Pakistani International Airways to Germany. And all of my friends were like, that's the craziest airlines you could ever choose. You know, why did you do that? It was cheap. But the beautiful thing about my flight was people talked to me. There was a gentleman who could tell that I was nervous. And once the plane got up at the right altitude, he convinced me to unbuckle my seatbelt, and he's like, you need to come and look at this ocean. And I did. And it wasn't the greatest flight ever, but the experience led me to start talking about what was really going on in me more with people around me. If you don't, you live in a world full of strangers. I don't know who this gentleman was. I never got his name, really, but he helped me a great deal. It's an exercise that I still practice when I fly, is talking to whoever's sitting next to me, rather than just doing what everyone else around me is doing. You know, I like to say, I'm not such a great flyer. Do you mind if I grab your knuckles when the plane takes off? People usually laugh. It's a little disarming, and it's my way of getting it out there. And I really feel like that's a great benefit, is to get it out there. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to tamp down as an adult, as a parent, as a professional. In my life, I've had some pretty high-pressure jobs. It's really easy to look for a way to put the lid on those things, to close them off, to cover them with shade. It's not really helpful to do that. It's not been helpful for me. It's been helpful for me to kick the door open, pull the shade up, and talk to whoever was sitting next to me that could see me shaking a little bit, and it's incredibly beneficial to be that way. Flying has become almost a pastime that I really enjoy now, and it's because it's where I really start to get as real as I can get with people in the airport and on the airplane, without being afraid of them hauling me away. But it was an act of kindness by a random person that I happened to be sitting next to on this long international flight that really changed my perspective. When I landed, that perspective enabled me to, I had never, ever traveled. I was the only person in my family who went overseas without a rifle strapped to their back and a war propelling them forward. Everyone in my family thought it was insane to go to Germany. Why would you want to do that? Well, I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. But, back in the day before cell phones and GPS, and it was a really daunting act to not have mastery over someone's language, to stop and ask something as simple as, where is the toilet? Where is the cab stand? But in flying and opening myself up to that interaction with someone, it's enhanced my life a million times over. Just being able to look at somebody and engage with them, to express my empathy. And that's really impossible to do when you're armored, when you're tamping it down and putting the lid on. It's just, everything goes by you.